is Aiden Collins. Aiden Collins. I've been stuck here for, well, to be honest, I don't really know. I lost track a long time ago. Feels like I've been stuck here for, well, it feels like entire universes have collapsed since I first phased into this place. And this place, well, I don't really know how to describe it. It was terrifying to me when I first phased in. That I remember too well. I remember not being able to make anything out. My head was spinning, just trying to make sense of what I was seeing. It was like nothing I'd ever experienced in my life. I remember wandering aimlessly, feeling lost and scared and tired and hungry and hopeless. After a while, though, my brain began to settle in. My hunger stopped. I didn't feel quite so lost. And I remember, after a while, it felt like I could feel something growing in my brain. It felt like the longer I stayed here, I started to get infected by this place. Like my body was being taken over. But soon after, I realized that wasn't entirely true. Because it felt like, as much as I was becoming a part of this place was becoming a part of me. This place is alive. It has a mind of its own. This place is not a malicious force in any way, and it doesn't have evil intentions. It's just a creature trying its best to survive. And once I discovered this, it kind of felt like we were working together, in a way. It feels my pain just as much as I feel its pain, so it does its best to keep us both healthy and happy. It keeps us alive. And it was like this for a long time. I was working together with this place to survive, and I was happy. Well, until recently. One day around a year ago, I fell. I don't know what caused it, but suddenly I felt all the loneliness and despair and depression all settle in at once. Maybe my brain just couldn't take me ignoring it all any longer. But either way, I ended up spiraling. I stopped caring about survival, I stopped caring about this place, I stopped caring about myself. I just kept asking, what's the point? I'll never see any of my friends or family ever again. I'll be stuck here in this never-ending torment until the end of time itself. I needed something to keep my mind off the despair, so I started just taking walks at night, even though it was dangerous. In this place, the night is full of terrifying creatures who crave nothing but violence and pain. But it was worth the risk. I needed something to keep my head straight. I needed routine. Otherwise, I would drive myself insane sitting with my thoughts for days on end. After I spiraled, it was really important that I started taking these walks every night. And one night while I was out, something happened. I saw a strange man appear in the distance. Another person, another human. At first I had hope. I thought I'd finally found some company in this horrible place. I went up to him, but as I got closer, I started to feel an awful pain rip through my body. My vision was a blur. The world around me started to fall apart. The air itself was distorting and breaking. I couldn't breathe. I was choking. I felt like I was gonna die. But then as fast as it began, it was over. I looked around. The man was gone. I spent a long time looking for that man, desperate to know who he was, why he was there, why I felt like I was gonna die when I got near him. My survival was the least of my concern at this point. I needed answers. But after weeks of looking with no success, I realized that I'll never find him. I'll never see another person for the rest of eternity. And just like that, I was sent right back into my spiral. I felt hopeless again. I felt the despair and the depression. I really was going to be stuck here forever. But it was then that I noticed a pattern, because soon after I spiraled, the man was back. I was taking another night walk to clear my head. I was so lost in my thoughts that I hadn't even noticed the sun was starting to rise. But as I started to make my way back, my walk was interrupted. He appeared in the distance again. I had to know who he was. I needed answers. I had to get closer. I watched behind trees as the man wandered around, looking lost and confused and terrified. It actually reminded me of how I felt when I first phased into this place. He looked like a scared, innocent boy. I realized that the boy was wandering close to me, and as he did, the pain began again. Through blurred vision, I could see the world around me crumbling. He didn't even seem to notice the pain and destruction he was causing. As he slowly wandered away, the pain subsided, and I began to feel normal again. But I couldn't stop now. I needed to get closer. I needed answers. So I kept watching from the trees. I was driven by an insatiable desire to know more. Time and time again I felt the same pain, but I needed to stay hidden. And eventually I was finally able to get close enough to make out his face through my stinging, blurred eyes. I couldn't believe it. Even through my blurred vision, it was unmistakable what I was seeing. This boy looked identical to me. My vision cleared and my pain died off as he walked away. I was paralyzed. I couldn't believe what I'd seen, but it was undeniable. That boy was me, or at least a version of me. I had no idea why he was here in this place or how that was even possible. But as I racked my brain for answers and found none, I decided that none of that mattered. At this point, all I cared about was how he was a threat. I could feel the pain this place was experiencing. Whether intentional or not, the pain he was causing us was horrible. There was only one solution to this. After several hours of looking all around for this boy, I finally found him. He was standing at the edge of a cliff looking hypnotized. I don't know what was going through his mind, but he seemed almost at peace. But as I took another step closer, I saw him instantly snap out of it. He looked around, clearly freaked out, like he had no idea where he was. He fell backwards to the ground when he spotted me. Now was my chance. He had nowhere to go. I stepped forward out of the darkness, and as I did, the pain returned. But what I was doing was bigger than me. I would fight through it. I had to. I could see the world around me falling apart as I approached him. All I needed to do was to get rid of him, and this would all stop. It would all be over. I kept walking closer. I was only feet away from him. Then I was only steps away, and then everything stopped. The world went back to normal. My eyes readjusted. He was gone. He had disappeared in front of my eyes. It feels like ages have passed since that moment, but I still remember it vividly. That was the last time I ever saw that version of myself. And since then, I've had time to reflect, to think through how that version of me was there in the first place and how that was even possible. I know now that this place is more than what it seems. It's a higher plane of existence. It's a realm incomprehensible to the human mind that crosses over multiple parallel universes. And I know now that that version of me is just that. Another version of me from a parallel reality. And the reason he unknowingly caused so much pain and destruction is because he isn't meant to be here. Having two versions of the same person will always end in a paradox. But I have a gut feeling that he wasn't phased into this place by mistake. I think it had something to do with me slipping into that feeling of hopelessness. And really, that's why I'm recording this. I'm starting to feel that hopelessness creep back into my mind. I'm not sure why, but I have a feeling that that version of myself is going to show up again. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I think that this time will be different. I can feel the energy of this place. It feels stronger, more resilient, like it could withstand a paradox from happening. I don't know. All I know is that something big is about to happen. It feels so, intense. It feels like the end of everything. I don't know what that means, but honestly, I'm terrified of it. It's radiating from this place. It feels so final, like it's truly the end of everything. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe. It's happening. It's happening. Okay.